Hey guys, and welcome back to another episode of Everquest Old School. And on tonight's episode, I am joined by,
Shalara the Shaman, played by Deuce Raka.
and we also have on the Skype call with us tonight.
Boom! The Barbarian!
And I can't believe I said the Skype call, like I'm promoting Skype or something like that. They're not paying me any money whatsoever. So he's just on the unnamed call with us tonight, guys. And basically, we're over here in the Field of Bones, just running around killing. We can't really go too far into the zone because we're kind of low level, actually, still. I'm playing a monk, and Dark Dragon is playing his shaman. Now, my level is level 3, and I'm about, I would say, somewhere around 14% till my next level, 12.
Yeah.
Yeah, it could be. I could always upgrade to a better UI that would give me my exact number, but I don't really like using that. This is the old school way that you had to look at it. In fact, I think the little blue bar, the second bibble is what they call it, wasn't classic either. I think they may have added that in there at some expansion point because I think it was just yellow for the longest time. You just had bubbles, and then they came out with the bibbles, which is just the smaller bubbles.
Yes. Originally, it was just the yellows.
Yeah, so you could never really quite tell. A lot of the time at higher levels, you would actually get to 100%, or at least that's what it would look like. You would be able to see any change in how much experience you're earning for like 5, 10, 15 fights, and you'd be like, okay, I guess it's broken because it's just not leveling.
15 more like 3.5 days.
Yeah, at certain levels, especially the heck levels, you would get to the point where you might be hunting for an hour or so at fully maxed out experience, just waiting. At any time, the next kill could be the one you ding on, and it's kind of painful too, because the next kill could level you up to the next point where you get more spells, and that's a huge thing for people at higher levels, especially in heck levels, to get to that point. So,
Heck levels.
yeah, because we gotta do a PG,
Sorry,
man. Keep it PG, guys.
Hell isn't non-PG.
Hey, I try to keep it so that no matter who's watching, I know with my brother, he has small kids, and they're big into video games. In fact, they're mostly into Nintendo games. They play a lot of Zelda, a lot of Donkey Kong, a lot of Mario, Pokemon stuff like that, because they're younger, and they really like those things. But when he tries to find walkthroughs and help videos for them and stuff like that, he'll sit there and watch them with them. And the moment they, start cussing and doing all that other stuff, he's off. He's off to the next one. He's not going to listen to that.
I fully understand that.
Yeah, so I try to keep it so that anybody who wants to watch can watch. I know occasionally we will talk about certain subjects, and usually I'll keep it in the label somewhere like the adult version or the late night version or something like that for those videos, because I do like, spicing up the conversation and talking about some of those topics. But for the most part, not even topic-wise, just certain languages go. I just try to keep it as nice for everybody as possible.
Oh, I fully
Why you cussing,
understand.
man? You always cussing. You're
If
talking
you
about.
can bring,
Come on.
Well, he's part sailor, guys, so
Come on, guy. Come on.
If you can bring a 2-year-old
Not your guy,
to
friend.
church and
That's
listen to
the
a
thing.
priest talking about it, then it's okay. You know what I mean?
I'm not saying there's anything wrong with it. I'm just saying for me personally, for the channel-wise, I just prefer not to do it because it seems to open up a lot of doors that you don't necessarily need to close, and people know exactly what I'm talking about when I say heck or crap or any of those other ones. Like it's the same word.
So-
It's just a nicer way of putting it. So
They open.
Hey, AC, you mind if I give a shout out to somebody?
yeah, go for it, man.
I just want to give a shout out to Hudgy2112. He's our friend Shruit, the guy who's going to join us on Everquest 2 eventually, when we get the Everquest 2 worked out and get it where it works and stuff like that.
Have you heard from him lately? Because
Yeah, I'm talking to him right now, and he's uploading these videos, guys, and they're great. You should definitely go check them out. It's Hudgy2112.
Oh, yeah.
He's an archer, and he lives in Scotland, man, and he takes videos on his GoPro of him kayaking in the lake in the loch.
oh, I did see that one. Yeah, I did
Yeah,
watch
I
that
just-
one.
That guy sounds.
Love you, Hudgy. I love you, man. You're a cool guy, dude. You're great, dude. Just wanna
Yeah,
shout
I'll
out.
definitely second that one, guys. I didn't know he was back. I know he had moved recently, and he's getting everything set up. And I figured when he got back, he was going to come over here and join us. I'm sure he will at some point. He's probably still setting
I hope
stuff
so.
up
Yeah, I
because
hope so.
because when you do a move, I don't know about you guys. Whenever I do a move, it takes me like a week, 2 weeks sometimes to get the energy to unpack. Like you have to pack everything up, and then you have to ship it over to your new place. And I moved so much when I was a kid. I just got into the habit of always just leaving leaving stuff in boxes for long periods of time. Not like I knew that I was going to be moving again in a couple weeks, but I just got lazy. Like you just packing is so time consuming for all the junk that you accumulate so easily over the course of years. You just never know how much you have until you try to fit it into boxes, and you're like, where does all this stuff come from? Where did we have it? Where was this stuff hiding that we're not sure that we even? I mean, it's just crazy. But so I'm sure he has his handful. What's that?
You know what's really bad? When you have boxes inside the boxes. Like I bought these dragon miniatures from Advanced Dungeons Dragons 3.5, these big dragons, and I put the boxes in a box, and then I put the box in storage.
So you put boxes inside of a box, and then you put those boxes inside of a bigger box.
Yeah, a bigger box.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
I think those things are protected, at least a little bit.
Yeah.
I was lucky I didn't have to do the box thing.
Why would you have to do?
Primarily, whenever I ended up moving, it was because my house burned down.
Oh, wow, that would
Well, that gets rid of
suck.
the boxes.
Yeah, and every good feeling that you could possibly have about the move. I mean, that just, I'm sorry to hear that, man. That sucks.
Yeah, a lot of people think my family was cursed because we had too many house fires.
Well, that kind of opens up a can of worms on that one, as in, what did the fire inspectors say the cause was? Because if it was, something weird, then maybe somebody was doing something they weren't supposed to?
Like, one of them was because of my sister's cooking.
Really? Like, her cooking was that bad?
Well...
What did it do? I gotta hear this story.
She put grease on the stove to make tater tots, and then forgot about it.
Oh, come on. Dude, seriously?
No, seriously. I came back from the mall with my best friend and my other sister to half of my kitchen in blaze. I mean, like, white hot blaze.
I can't imagine how that would actually start the fire unless the grease was bubbling up because it was too hot and it just, sparked everywhere. Because the grease will evaporate and burn at a certain point, and you just be left with a skillet that's just burned beyond belief on the inside with this nasty crud on there.
Make tater tots, it's not in a skillet, it's in a pot.
Oh, so you're like an entire giant freaking pot of grease.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I always try to use the least amount of oil as possible. So if I'm doing tater tots, I can do it in a skillet. And just do like a half an inch and then flip them over and do the other half an inch. They come out nice and crispy still, but, Well,
she was doing the lazy way where you just heat up the grease and then just throw the tater tots in, come back in a few minutes, and there you go.
Right. What did she do? Where's she at? Did she go to the bathroom? Was she drinking?
She was in her bedroom on the telephone.
Was she drinking? What do you mean? What was? Oh,
yeah, so she was talking to friends and just got lost in conversation.
She's related to Dude Rocker. She's a drunk.
No, I was just trying to figure out how you forget that you're warming up a giant pot of oil on a stove. Like that's not something normal people just kind of forget about.
Well, she was only like 12 or 13, so...
I'm sorry, man. I shouldn't make light. I was just trying to crack a joke.
No, okay. Yeah, I can understand it. She was pretty young and probably shouldn't have been doing that unsupervised anyways, but... Well, we all make mistakes.
You're laughing at my house burning down. It's all good there.
That sucks.
No, just being your brother. I mean, or your sister.
Dude, it was creepy. My sisters, they tortured the hell out of me. Like, seriously.
But isn't that what all siblings are for? Aren't they all supposed to torture each other in some way, at some form?
We're talking... Never mind, I'm not going to get into that. Not on a video.
I have 6 brothers and 2 sisters, so I know all about torture, giving it and receiving it. And, it's just part of growing up. And
I got a brother and sister, so...
Yeah, so you know it, man. I mean, there's at times where you're just not going to get along. And when you don't get along... And then you're forced to, like, be in proximity with one another. And then, of course, your parents are like, get along otherwise. So, yeah, holy crap, man. It can lead to some pretty nasty things that you can do to one another. But, in the end, they're family. And, you're going to love your family, hopefully. Some people I know don't really. But, yeah, sometimes. But for me, I love all my family, even if we have arguments. And we've had some really good ones, guys. I mean, there's a lot of personalities in my family. Most of the time... When I look at each other, all the people in my...
So, changing the topic, you dinged 4.
I did ding, yeah. Did you?
Ding.
Yes.
Yeah, it's actually pretty nice. We're getting a lot of experience pretty quickly, but I don't know, man. I think it's a little too quick, to be honest.
Total
Nah.
experience, baby. I'm
So
gonna have a hard time catching up
Yeah.
with you. That's for sure.
So we are giving out little pieces of advice on what horror movies you should be watching. A different video every day. And the last few, I think the last 3 videos we've already done, we've given out a few topics, or not topics, a few suggestions on what Halloween movies you should be watching this holiday. If you're watching these, at the end of those, you should go and watch some of those if you're, interested in it. Some of you guys may not be, but I'm just trying to share with you some of the old Halloween movies that I love watching and that over the years I have found to be really interesting and worthwhile. If you guys want to give off another suggestion on this video,
I have a perfect suggestion, but it's not just one movie.
well, I mean, if you want to give off
Hey,
more,
come
you're
on,
more
make
than
it one
fine.
movie,
But
'cause I was gonna do the same thing.
Can't.
on the next video, we're gonna do more. So I mean,
All
you
right.
can.
Here, I'll say the movie franchise, and you guys will understand.
Oh, okay. So it's a franchise. Okay, go ahead for it.
Well, that's what I'm
Return
thinking.
of the Living Dead.
Oh, yeah.
Well, okay, that's the other one. I'm talking about Night of the Living Dead, though. They should start with Night of the Living Dead, do the
But which
of the
one?
Dead.
Which one would you suggest for Night of the Living Dead? Would you suggest the black and white version or
Yeah,
the
the black and
colorized
Oh, no, both.
version that they came back with
Both.
later on?
You gotta
You
do
have
both.
to start with the black and white.
Yeah, you gotta.
If you've never
yeah,
seen
you
that
gotta do
series
both.
before, you gotta.
You know,
So,
my go for
Return
it.
of the Living Dead. Now that's by a different director. So is that what you
They're
mean?
also comedy.
The first one's not really comedy in any means of the word. It's pretty
No,
depressing
no,
I'm
movie.
not talking the Night of the Living Dead ones.
Right, I'm
talking
just saying for-
Return of the Living
Yeah,
Dead.
Return of. I love those two. Those are awesome.
Night of the Living Dead, the zombies will eat any part of your body. Return of the Living Dead are the ones that only
Brains.
eat your brains.
And that was one of the first zombie movies to ever, implement that into the zombie franchise. So
Yes.
that made a lot of headway. That's the one where they dropped the canister off in the town,
Yeah,
right?
Yes.
Yeah, it's,
The redhead girl
in there.
dances in the cemetery. I love that movie, man.
And
yeah,
in the-
very cheese to
in
that
the
movie.
Return series, you actually can't kill the zombies even by shooting them in the
That's
head.
right. That's right. They stay quivering and stuff like that. I love
Yeah.
that. Well, I don't know if I like that so much. I definitely want to be able to kill my zombies, but then they cook it and that. Well, we're spoilers, guys.
Right.
Spoilers.
But it's also the franchise.
Right, yeah, we're ruining the movie for these guys. We
Yeah.
tell them to go watch it, and we're like, okay, here we're going to discuss it now.
But now that's a movie
It's
I'm
also-
very passionate about. So.
It's also the franchise of where the one dude was electrocuting all the zombies. You saw a zombie dressed up like Michael Jackson's Thriller come over, do the electrocution dance, fall down, and his nice pure white socks fly up in the air. I
And-
mean, it's just hilarious.
And my suggestion, guys, may not be a cheese movie because we already had one here in the mix, but I'm going to go with Phantasm. Definitely,
Ooh.
definitely a
Oh,
franchise
good one.
series.
Good one, bro.
You not
Yeah,
watch those?
that's-
The guy with the white hair and he has a little ball that flies
the
around.
balls that fly
His,
in and they
his
have the
official
different
name
attachments.
is the Tall Man.
Yeah, he is very creepy. The guy they had play that actor, or the actor they had play that guy, I should say, very very creepy. Did the fantastic role in it. I don't even remember what the movies were about. It's been so long since I watched
It's
them.
about those metal spheres that suck
Yeah,
out
those
your brain.
spirits that kill people, man.
Yeah, I just remember it was
So-
really really good. It's right up there on par with Heckraiser. Yeah, man. We're, like I said, PG, man. We're keeping it, man. I'm going with it all the way. I'm embracing it.
That's not even the title of the movie.
It is now, man.
Then you
Totally.
can't say
Awesome.
because
Like,
those are
what you
sharp
talking
things
about?
that could hurt somebody.
Yeah, we can't talk about knives either, man. That's dangerous stuff.
So it'll be Heckblade.
I never thought as the HE double hockey sticks word is a bad word, but if you want
It's
to be,
not. It's a place.
yeah, well, yeah, exactly. It's in the Bible, dude. So I mean, come on.
It is a place. It's right down here in Houston where the weather never turns cold. Ever.
It's not in the first Bible, but it is in the later versions.
I don't know what you guys are talking about. I just know the humidity down here is like 100% every day, and we're always in the 90s. I mean, there was one year, and it was the year that my AC wasn't working, which is why I
But you're always
eventually.
working, AC.
Yeah, I'm always working, guys.
So you make at least-
Because that joke is never going to get old.
Comedy in its purest form.
But yeah, it was 1 year we had like 90 something days in a row where we broke the record every day that we had for the hottest day that we've ever had for that day in the past like 100 years or something like that. Every day for 90 days, I think it was something like 92, 93 days in a row. Hottest freaking days during the summer. Worst summer not to have an AC. And I didn't have one, and it was just miserable. and I eventually plopped down I think it was like 6,000 that I had to eventually pay to get a brand new AC unit because the one I had didn't work. They're
So,
so freaking expensive.
AC,
Wow.
are you saying that that's the summer you lost yourself?
I lost my mind on that summer, man. There was times where I could barely breathe. That's how hot it was, and I will never go
Get
back
it.
to that again. I
Get it.
It's crazy. I will actually go to the mall. I'll go to the library now. If it gets that hot, my AC's not working. It's just you can die from that stuff, and people do. The older people will suffer, a lot of medical problems because of that heat. And I see it up north as well,
Well,
where you guys get so cold. You'll have the exact opposite, where you have people who are suffering because it's cold and they just can't get enough heat. So I wish I could send you
Well,
guys some, and you guys could send me some of that down here. Cause
Think about it. It's like 40, 50 degrees below zero, and then you add in the wind chill, and it's like 90 below zero.
I don't know what that's like. I have no idea what that's like.
Put it this way: you could take a hot pot of soup, put it outside, come back 5 minutes later, and it's a block of ice.
You don't even have to do that. There's been plenty of people on TV, especially during this last cold snap this year, where they take that hot cup challenge. They throw a boiling cup of water in the air, and it instantly turns to snow.
Yeah.
So I mean, yeah. I don't know what that's like. For me, it literally feels like when you open up your front door, especially your car door, after it's been sitting out in the sun for, however long, baking in the afternoon delight of just the surrounding area. If you've ever been cooking a Thanksgiving dinner and your turkey has been in there for like 11 hours or something like that, and you open up the oven door and you get that wave
I
of
know
heat.
exactly how to explain it. You know those super record hot days?
We always have super record hot days here. That's what I'm trying to get at. I mean,
I know. Now, just picture, those walk-in freezers?
oh
Nobody
yeah.
ever sings with me,
Where
dude.
you-
You guys
where
never
you just-
sing
I have a horrible
Or-
singing voice, man.
with me. So do I. Does that stop me?
Yeah, well, it should, maybe. I don't know.
Oh, you're awful.
This is how Hydro sings. My precious.
Come on, guys. My voice is beautiful. At least that's what my mama tells me.
Yeah, just picture that you're opening one of them walk-in freezers and it's on like the coldest setting, but it's like 200 degrees outside.
I don't know. I've worked at a restaurant before, and I've walked into those cold freezers, and they're usually located somewhere near the ovens and the
Kitchen,
the stoves and stuff like that. So you're going from hot to cold, which is
Yep.
the biggest transition you can make. And even with that, those aren't that cold. Like I would go in there and I would chill off because it was so hot outside. And
Right,
I know
but-
that you weren't supposed to, but I would actually go in there and take a chair down when I was younger and sit inside there on my break just so I could cool off. So
You know
those doesn't
but
really
you-
give me the benefit of
that
like
first instance that you open the door and the cold just hits you.
yeah, it's a beautiful feeling. I don't think it's going to be that beautiful when like negative 30 below hit me. When it's that cold outside, I think it's going to be like, holy crap, this is way too cold for me.
Exactly, because it's not you're in the heat and you're opening the door to the cold. It's you're in the cold and that's you opening your house door.
Right, but I can't picture that because I've never had cold. Just never gotten it down here ever. And of course,
Alright.
I've been to other places. I've just never traveled to other places when it's supposed to be cold outside. I've gone to
So-
California.
so
I've been to
AC
Florida.
So, AC, if we ever get rich, are we gonna move to Colorado, dude? Come on, dude.
Hey, if I ever get rich, I'm either moving someplace where it snows a lot or where it rains a lot.
I'd like
would-
to move to Canada, man. I really would like to move to Canada.
Wow, what's in Canada?
Just the colder weather, like you say, man. I prefer the cold weather myself. So I'd like
No,
to move,
you
not
do
not
not.
necessarily up to the Adirondacks, but maybe on the border.
Hold up. The Adirondacks are in New York. Canada is farther north.
Oh, okay. I thought the Adirondacks were like northern Canada or something like that. That's my
No,
bad.
they're northern U.S. I'm Canadian, and when you're talking about moving to a place that gets snow in the summer,
That would be
I like
awesome.
that.
I'm
Yeah,
tired
I
of the
like
heat,
that.
man. I could go at another 50 summers without ever having heat like this ever again. I'd be perfectly fine with that. But
You guys
I like
say
rain
that
more.
until
I like
you
rain
have to
more.
go out and shovel 3,000 pounds of snow every day.
I don't need to do that though. Like if I could make this my job, I would never have to leave the house during
It's
those
true.
winters. I could just chill inside, have a nice little gym in there I could exercise in, and be able to sit by the window, read a book, and just enjoy the
Get
beautiful
people to
scenery.
deliver the food and stuff like that, or get it to the mail
Well,
and stuff
I don't mind
like
walking
that.
every week or so and going to get into the goods. I don't have to take a car.
So,
Yeah, I mean you can buy a whole bunch of stuff at one time. I don't eat that much, and
you won't have to take a car. Just keep the snowmobile on the second floor.
yeah, there we go. That's perfectly fine too. I mean that's what I'm saying. You could figure something out, but I don't know. I like the rain more than I like the snow. So if I could move someplace like maybe not Seattle, but someplace like Seattle that has the rain and not everything else, then I'd be perfectly fine with that.
I would like to live someplace like northern Arizona.
Oh wow. Oh, dry and
Well,
dusty. I mean,
People keep thinking that, but northern Arizona isn't like, Nevada like people think it is. It's actually a very green area. You only get a light dusting of snow for like a week a year.
so is it the Yukon? That's northern Canada?
Uh, yeah,
Okay. Where did I get the Adirondacks from then?
it's Adirondack.
Adirondack?
Yeah, it's not dikes.
yeah. What's that all about?
Hey, hey,
What is that all about?
I don't
take
know.
off, eh? You hoser.
Take off, you hoser.
And if you want to watch another Halloween movie that's good for the kids, Strange Brew.
Yeah, that's
Strange
not-
brew.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's having you on a bit, dude.
Yeah, I'm gonna go with a little bit of a comedy, but definitely for the kids out there who might be listening, go with holy crap! I just had his name in my head and I completely spaced.
Charlie Brown.
Ernest Scared Stupid. Go with the Ernest movies, guys.
Oh, dear Lord.
Yeah,
Go
kids
with
movie
Charlie
all the
Brown's
way.
Big Pumpkin, dude.
Oh, that is a good one.
I need to hit town.
Okay, let's kill this one last guy and then we'll hit him.
Bad.
Yeah, I just wanted to throw a kid movie out there for you guys
Um,
because I know some people they want to watch something with their kid. I mean, and all these cheese movies that I've been given lately, not really going to be something you could watch with. Maybe you could. Maybe I'm wrong. I just don't know if seeing half-naked women running around would be perfect for like a 4 or 5 year olds who. Yeah, they might like the Ernest one better. I did when I was a kid. I loved the Ernest movies. Ernest goes to
so
jail. Ernest goes to camp. But Ernest pretty much goes everywhere. You guys didn't like those?
Oh yeah, I like them.
I'm not saying I don't like them. They are just so stupid.
They are, but they were meant to be. They were like the Jim Carrey version of like Ace Ventura movies before
Sorry,
he did
Ernest is better.
them. Yeah, he is. I agree. I love Jim Carrey as an actor, but the Ernest ones,
stop
I believe, we can get him when he comes
Stop.
over here. We can get him when he comes over here.
Hold on. Stop.
It's all right. We get him.
No, it's not him that I'm making you stop for. It's me.
For what?
I'm overweight.
Well, yeah, but you know where we're going. It's right over here. Right.
I'm just so fat. I can't keep up.
It's all right. You can get a little bit more weight here when you buy some more of these backpacks over here.
I keep telling her shouldn't have smoked, but no, she wanted those cigarettes.
I don't know what that's from. What movie is that?
'Cause she's all huffing and puffing.
See, is that guy gonna follow me? No, he's actually hitting me from downstairs, so I'm gonna go down there and kill him real quick. Or did you kill him? No, he's still here.
He's down there.
Let's kill this guy real quick. These guys are a little bit too easy now. What are they con to me? Dark blue still? And how much experience do I get from each one of those? Yeah, I'm still not earning that much anymore. So this is probably not the best place for us to be. We might want to go a little bit deeper in since there's two of us. Normally I would say if you're by yourself, dark blues are probably perfectly fine. But, with 2 people here or even 3 or 4 people, you definitely want to find the spot that either spawns really quickly or gives you that extra little boost by fighting, stronger creatures. And I know I kind of go back and forth where I say I like going slow and I like going fast. There is a limit to how slow I think the leveling should be based off of how many kills I'm doing.
If
I'm
you want
killing,
to go really slow, hunt greens.
you barely even go up at all if you go up at all in
Where
the
did
first
you
place.
go now?
I'm still here.
There you are.
I'm just chilling, waiting for you because I know you like to take your time and go up there
Get
and
lost
sell and
along.
stuff like that. Did you buy any backpacks?
No, I already have 4.
Oh, you're full up on your backpacks already, huh?
Yeah, well, I was overweight. I was 136 out of 70.
And I did get this little page right here. It's a page of a poem. I miss the picnics in the ruins, the way that you smile. I miss that all now. I miss that all now that life is so vile. Okay, well, don't know what that's for. It's a little poem
Iksar
that,
form?
yeah, I got off of one of the enemies. I'm sure it has
Nice.
something to do with the quest that we can turn in later on, but we'll
It's
have to,
Forbidden Sarnak and Iksar love.
yeah, we'll have to see. But I think, guys, we're going to go ahead and end the video here. Again, if you do enjoy these videos, be sure to hit that like button, subscribe. Let us know what you think of the suggestions we've given you so far. What suggestions would you give out? What's the top 5, I guess, or top 3 horror movies that you like, that you enjoy, that you would suggest other people watch, that maybe they haven't? Give us some of those rare suggestions, not the common ones that pretty much everybody's seen. All
Yeah, I want
ages.
to hear a movie that I've never heard of.
Oh, my brother could have totally have done that for you. He watched so many freaking horror movies. Every
Same
weekend we
here.
would go down to the video store. Yeah, I'm that old. We'd go down to the video store,
Yeah.
and we would get a couple different horror movies every single time. And you go through all the classic ones really quickly, and then eventually you just left with these no-name ones. Back in the day when movies weren't as easy to make as they are now, you're not left with like all these college classes that are making movies, and so it's a little easier to keep up and actually check out every single one that comes out. But we'll get more into that on the next few episodes, guys, as we delve deeper into our list of horror movies. I have some really good whoppers coming up, some really classic ones that I'm almost guaranteeing most of you guys have never even heard of, but that most of you who like cheese will definitely enjoy. So stay tuned for those. You guys want to say anything before we head out?
You said Whoppers. No, I
Just hit
want
those
one.
buttons, guys. Hit those buttons.
No, I want a nice Whopper with cheese.
Royale with cheese, guys.
Yeah. Jeez.
Again,
Oh,
guys, thanks for
Whopper.
watching, and we will definitely catch you next time.
Subscribe.